Here is a great outdoor kit for your adventures, Aurora. I used this beautiful workshop kit with 6 exclusive punch-out sheets as well as these pretty acrylics. I also designed my pages featuring the scrapbook stamp set and thin cuts for Aurora. The titles are really pretty, they work so well with the kit, and I really enjoyed playing with them as well as these really awesome thin cuts. The diamond was one of my favorites that I used in a couple of different places. Punching out the paper is just fun and easy to do. And these acrylics are so pretty with the kit. They're in a nice teal color. The Picture My Life cards, I love using them in different ways, and I used most of them on the 9 pages that I created. And the stickers are just awesome on this one. Look how pretty they are. And they also have a little bit of a metallic look. And the pattern papers really work well together. In addition, I also used the Here and There stamp set and thin cuts, or you can just get the stamp set sold separately. I used this for stitch together as well, so I combined it to use it on a couple of different scrapbook layouts. It's one of my new favorite stamp sets. You can get it with the arrow thin cuts or buy it on its own. Now I'm looking for one other thing. Oh, that's right. The embossing folders, the Wilderness embossing folders. You can buy them separately or as a complete set of all 3. Let me show you how they look. The first one I'm going to show you are the trees. The trees are awesome to use. Here you can see I embossed a sheet of paper, and then the mountains are another small embossing folder, and then the stars. I just sanded them a little bit to make the stars pop, so that's optional if you'd like to do that. Now here are the pretty papers or cardstock that you can use with this kit. Sage, evergreen, peacock, eggplant, sapphire, linen, and charcoal. Really nice colors. So let's get together and start on looking at the artwork. Here's my title page. The Mountains Are Calling. Do you see that metallic flash and how I used the mountain embossing folder to create that look? You just use a 2x6 piece of paper in those colors to dry emboss the mountains. And stickers, add paper, and you complete that 1-page look. Now let's look at this layout. I love the green. It's one of my favorite patterns, the green plaid. And here you can see I dry embossed the trees. It's just a 2x6 piece of evergreen cardstock put through, and then you can sand it. Now you'll see that I flipped it up because that will be in a 6x12 flip flap. You can see that I stamped the mountains and the bear and the antlers on these pages. Oh yeah, and the trees too. I love the stamp set for this. And that particular title, that is The Adventure. The Perfect is one of the arrows out of Here and There stamp set. So there are some acrylics that I've used on the pages as well. And I also had fun playing around with that sapphire blue shimmer brush. You can see that pretty shimmer. Well, I cut that hexagon out of the thin cut. And I also added some shimmer along the edge of the cardstock to complete it. All right, next pages. This is where you're using some of the mix-in gray paper. And I've created a 3x4 flip flap, cutting a PML card for journaling, and using the blue and white and gray as the color theme here. Now this is the spinner card, or the spinner portion of the scrapbook page. So you can see how it just spins around, and that's a really fun element I'm just going to glue dot that top of the tree to hold that top piece in place. I did stamp the base of the pages with the gray and linen with the arrow. I used a little bit of clear shimmer brush on the lantern. It's kind of hard to see in this photo, but it does add a little element of surprise. Really fun pages. Oh, this is really awesome. The Aurora Borealis paper and the fresh air. And now you could see that green metallic, how it just pops a little bit in those punch out trees. But here you can see how I've used it on these pages and just flashing it so you could really get a good look of the stickers that we're using that come in the kit. And lastly, adventure is out there. Using the grays, the eggplant, and evergreen cardstock. That nautical look has to do with the compass, I should say, is part of a punch out. The mountains are punched out. That's a Picture My Life card. I did stamp some trees, and there's the Explore More, which was stamped in evergreen. And then the paper underneath is a Picture My Life card that I did a couple of diamond thin cuts. Yep, that's stamp. The trees along the bottom are punch outs, and here you can see this is a 6x12 flip flap. There's a Picture My Life card, and I want to show you what I did to get those gray mountains. I used the embossing folder, and you could see how it's embossed on the top, but these gray pieces are actually the scraps out of the compass. So save those when you do this workshop with me. I love those cute little pine trees, and having the thin cuts makes it so easy to add them to the pages. Well, this is Aurora, and I hope you love it and will join in on the online crop.